100 hours of Millennium 2000, only on CNN.
Hello, I'm Lou Waters in the news. Tipper Gore, the vice president's wife, undergoes surgery at Johns Hopkins Hospital to have a nodule removed from her thyroid gland. That nodule was discovered during a routine examination of a chronic neck injury. The surgery is a precaution, we're told. The vice president will spend the night at the hospital with his wife and take her home probably sometime tomorrow. Citing a threat by illegal operators, the Clinton administration proposes new federal requirements for drug sales on the internet. If approved by Congress, the plan would require drug dispensing websites to get approval from the Food and Drug Administration. The proposal would also create civil penalties up to $500,000 for the illegal sales of drugs, would expand the FDA's subpoena authority to get records of online sites, and include a public education campaign to warn consumers of the potential risks of buying drugs on the internet. I'm Lou Waters. More news later. Showbiz Today is next.
Hi there, everybody. I am Lauren Sidney in Los Angeles.
And I'm Vince Cellini, coming your way from Atlanta.
Actress-singer Jennifer Lopez was freed by police yesterday after prosecutors in New York City dropped charges against her.
The same cannot be said for her boyfriend, rap star Sean Puffy Combs.
Combs is being charged with weapons possession after a Monday morning shooting at a Midtown Manhattan club. Another man has been charged with the shooting.
Combs is free on $10,000 bail. He held a news conference earlier today in New York.
On Sunday evening, I went to Club New York, and under no circumstances whatsoever did I have anything to do with a shooting. I do not own a gun, nor did I possess a gun that night. I had nothing to do with a shooting in this club. I want to make this 100% clear. I had nothing to do with a shooting in this club. And I feel terrible that people were hurt that night. I'm positive in the next couple of days, due to the investigation, that the truth will come out. I had nothing to do with a shooting that night in the nightclub. Absolutely nothing to do with the shooting that night in the nightclub, nor did Jennifer. We went there together by ourselves to have a good time in a limousine. And yes, she is doing well.
And this, the star of one of television's earliest westerns, has died. Clayton Moore, who played the Lone Ranger beginning in 1949, died in Los Angeles Tuesday, apparently of a heart attack. He was 85. Dennis Michael looks at the career of the Western hero.
A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-Yo Silver, the Lone Ranger.
The man behind the mask was, in reality, a former circus aerialist and model who came to acting through stunt work. Chicago-born Clayton Moore graduated from stunts to bits and finally leads in Saturday afternoon serials through the late 30s and 40s. When the radio program The Lone Ranger was transplanted to television in 1949 on the brand new ABC network, Moore took on the role of his life.
There are men who place material gain above everything else. They'll even sacrifice their own personal safety to satisfy their desire for gold.
Clayton Moore played the Lone Ranger from 1949 to 1952. Another actor took over the role for 2 years, then Moore completed the show's run until it was canceled in 1957.
My mask doesn't mean I'm an outlaw.
Moore continued to wear a mask in public appearances until 1979. At that time, producers of a new film version of The Lone Ranger won a court order against Moore, forcing him to replace his mask with more modern sunglasses. Moore had his revenge. The movie, starring Clinton Spilsbury in the mask, was a resounding flop. At the opening of a museum honoring his fellow screen cowboy Gene Autry, Moore talked about the importance of the heroes of the Old West, both real and otherwise.
It's the good guy in the white hat, fair play and the honesty, the settling of the West. Don't forget the cowboy, the trials and tribulations that they went through. What we have today, we got from our ancestors and our pioneers.
And that is true of Clayton Moore as well, one of the pioneers of the early television frontier.
He never stays around to be thanked. He gets his thanks from helping others. He's the Lone Ranger.
The biggest blockbusters of all time. We take a look at the century's most beloved films. And Beach Boy Al Jardine teams with his bandmate's daughter, Carney Wilson.
Do you love me? Do you surfer girl, surfer girl?
Here in St. Cloud's, I became the caretaker of many, father of none. Good night, you princes of Maine, you kings of New England. Well, in a way, there was one.
Homer Wells has spent his entire life helping others.
You are a gifted surgeon.
I'm not a doctor. I haven't been to medical school.
Now,
Bye, Homer.
he's leaving the only home he's ever known.
I've never actually seen the ocean. You serious?
In search of a world he longs to discover. The Los Angeles Times calls it a superb film. Michael Caine gives a career-crowning performance.
What could possibly hold him there?
The Wall Street Journal raves. It's a great revelation. Tobey Maguire wins your heart. And Rex Reed says it's definitely one of the year's best pictures.
Whether I shall turn out to be the hero of my own life, I do not know.
The Cider House Rules, rated PG-13, now playing at theaters everywhere.
6 weeks before one of the biggest games of my life, I felt a strange pain in my chest. What my doctor found was my toughest opponent yet. 3 of my arteries were more than 90% blocked. After recovering from surgery, lowering my high cholesterol became more important than football. Later, I was fortunate enough to coach my team in the biggest game of the season. That's the kind of play we need! Along with a healthy diet and regular exercise, taking Zocor every day helped significantly lower my total cholesterol.
Zocor is a prescription medication and is not right for everyone, including women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant, or people with liver problems. Your doctor may do blood tests to check for liver problems. Because serious side effects can result, tell your doctor about any muscle pain or weakness you experience while on Zocor and about any medicines you are taking.
When diet and exercise are not enough, talk to your doctor about Zocor. Take care of yourself. It's your future. Be there.
Christmas is over, but that hasn't kept us from making another list and checking it twice. You just saw the top movies of 1999, but we've gone back to calculate the biggest hits of the entire century. Paul Verkaman does the honors.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Brett didn't care in the end, but at the end of the century, it's clear moviegoers adored Gone with the Wind, released in 1939.
The novel was just an enormous success, so that certainly spurred it. And just the interest of who's going to play Rhett Butler and who's going to play Scarlett O'Hara.
Clark Gable and Vivian Leigh got the roles, and the Civil War saga is the #1 domestic blockbuster of all time, taking in almost $1 billion adjusted for inflation. 200 million tickets sold. It's followed by Star Wars, The Sound of Music, and E.T. Titanic is the most recent film in this top 10. Snow White, the oldest, released in 1937.
One for Titanic.
But Titanic wins in total dollars made. An unadjusted $600 million in the United States and Canada, $1.8 billion around the globe. Critics see a similarity with Jack and Rose, Rhett and Scarlett.
They are great romances, which appeals to the women especially, but to everyone. They are set against an historical backdrop, the Civil War and the sinking of the Titanic.
20th Century Fox boasts the most super blockbusters, Titanic in conjunction with Paramount, The Sound of Music, and the Star Wars films. Initially, Fox way underestimated Star Wars, which made that whopping inflation-adjusted $863 million. In 1977, the original was first released in just 32 theaters.
You ask anybody who's seen Star Wars in 1977 where they saw it, they can tell you the theater they saw it, they can tell you who they were with, and they can tell you whether they liked it or not.
A broad appeal from the grandparents down to junior created the top 10 blockbusters.
The all-time top films, they are generally in the PG-13 category. I mean, they're not films that are just a hard R rating.
But what are the biggest money losers? Based on production cost estimates minus dollars made at the box office and inflation adjusted, the all-time domestic bomb is not Ishtar at 7.
The mailman's more important than the mail.
Not Kevin Costner's The Postman at 6, but The Stupids with Tom Arnold in the lead role. It sold just $2 million in tickets.
That seems pretty senseless, but whatever.
Heaven's Gate is the second all-time loser, $3 million in tickets sold. And the third biggest domestic money loser, Cutthroat Island, the Gina Davis, Matthew Modine pirate flick. Obviously, Titanic floats much better, and experts predict someday with reissues, Titanic could also break the adjusted for inflation record and scream, Paul Verkammen, CNN Entertainment News, Hollywood.
He gave a beauty of a performance in American Beauty. We'll tell you why Wes Bentley is one of our 20 to watch in 2000. And a Beach Boy teams with a Beach Girl.
Shut it off, buddy, now I shut you down.
Denzel Washington, who stars in the new movie The Hurricane, is 45 today. Oscar winner Maggie Smith, still in her prime at 65. And R&B legend Johnny Otis is still doing the hand jive at 75.
6 weeks before one of the biggest games of my life, I felt a strange pain in my chest. What my doctor found was my toughest opponent yet. 3 of my arteries were more than 90% blocked. After recovering from surgery, lowering my high cholesterol became more important than football. Later, I was fortunate enough to coach my team in the biggest game of the season. That's the kind of play we need! Along with a healthy diet and regular exercise, taking Zocor every day helped significantly lower my total cholesterol.
Zocor is a prescription medication and is not right for everyone, including women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant, or people with liver problems. Your doctor may do blood tests to check for liver problems. Because serious side effects can result, tell your doctor about any muscle pain or weakness you experience while on Zocor and about any medicines you are taking.
When diet and exercise are not enough, talk to your doctor about Zocor. Take care of yourself. It's your future. Be there.
Rolling Stone, USA Today, The New York Times. Critics are calling The Green Mile unquestionably the best picture of the year. Roger Ebert and the movies give it 2 thumbs up. Tom Hanks leads an ensemble cast to perfection. The Oscar buzz was right. The director of The Shawshank Redemption has created a miracle of a movie.
I just about believe that very thing.
The Green Mile, rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
Super Bowl Sunday. In a special multimedia event, the Publishers Clearinghouse Prize Patrol will surprise someone with $21 million.
Oh my God! I couldn't believe it! Oh, thank you so much!
It'll all happen live on TV and at PCH.com.
Yes!
Watch your mail or go to PCH.com. Enter, and on Super Bowl Sunday, the $21 million winner could be you.
I must tell you, Your Majesty, that I have not done this in some time. And, well, seeing as the evening has gone so well, we wouldn't want to end up in a heap, now would we?
I am king. I shall be.
Actor Wes Bentley is on a roll, or should we say rolls. He is moving from his breakthrough work in American Beauty to roles in 2 upcoming films, Soul Survivors and Kingdom Come. That makes him one to watch in the year 2000. He shared some thoughts about his past and present with us in Hollywood.
I did a play when I was in 9th grade in junior high school where I had to play these 2 twins. It was set in a western town. It was classic. I had to do everything down to a gunfight with myself. At school, I didn't pay attention to anything. So when Mom saw me finally give my attention to something, she was like, "That's it. I gotta push that in him." I didn't know if I wanted to train to act. I was sort of interested in playing soccer and maybe learning criminology.
Oh my God! It's a psycho next door. Jane, what if he worships you?
I didn't mean to scare you. I'm not obsessing. I'm just curious. Every page was, my face got brighter, my breath got shorter. It was so intense. And it moved me so much I cried, and I cried heavy.
This is for your own good, boy. There are rules in life.
Yes, sir. Don't give up on me, Dad.
I was so scared. I was so nervous. Because I just wanted to do it right. And I saw Mina Savari before I walked into the room, actually. She said something like, "I'll see you." She had done her reading, and then she said, "I'll see you on set." And it was a nice way to help me breathe.
Smile, you're at Mr. Smiley's.
You are so busted.
Kevin's one of the funniest guys I've ever met. He's one of the funniest people I've ever met. He's crazy. He does impressions all the time on set. It's so tense with talent. It's so like everything's, I don't want to say fake, but everything looks fake. It feels plastic. It feels like a plastic land. Someone will come up to you and, "Oh, hey, I remember you from the movie. It was blah, 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 blah," and then they walk away and you're stuck thinking, okay, what, was I picking my nose? Was I playing with my pants? What was I doing? You watch yourself a little too much. But it's not bad. It's never a bad thing. It's never uncomfortable. It's always usually flattering. I'm lucky enough to get flattered right now.
Sometimes there's so much beauty in the world. I feel like I can't take it.
Well, one of the Beach Boys is spending New Year's near the beach, just not the shore you'd think. Al Jardine is performing on Long Island with a group of Beach Boy descendants. Dennis Michael reports the act is making music and some controversy.
They sound like the Beach Boys, sometimes so much so that it's eerie. But there is only one authentic Beach Boy here, Al Jardine. The Beach Boy bloodlines run strong, though. Along with Jardine's two sons are Brian Wilson's daughters, recording artists Wendy and Carney Wilson, formerly of Wilson Phillips. This band is called, at least for the moment, Beach Boy Al Jardine's Family and Friends. Jardine began thinking about this grouping in 1998 when Carl Wilson of the original Beach Boys died of cancer.
Without Carl Wilson and Dennis Wilson, and without, come to think of it, any Wilsons on stage, I thought it was a little empty up there. You know, got a little thin, and I didn't believe in the replacement part theory. So I thought, what about Carney and Wendy Wilson? There's a couple of rather good singers.
I can't break away from that lonely life, and I can do what I want.
We grew up with it. Yeah, we grew up with it, and we could do it when we're sleeping. And basically, it's so innate.
Al Jardine's sons make up the rest of the group. Adam Jardine did studio vocals with the band, and Matt toured with the group in the early 90s.
These songs are ingrained in our brains from a very early age, so we're like...
But more than that, we all have the tonalities that our parents have, and so the blend is there, and it's really... all of us noticed right off the bat when we started rehearsing that there was something real special there.
Shut it off, buddy, now I shut you down.
Although harmonies are tight within this group, there are discords elsewhere. Brother Records, the corporate representative of the Beach Boys, is trying to get Al Jardine to discontinue use of the famous Beach Boys name, claiming there will be only one licensee of the franchise, and former bandmate Mike Love has it. Mike Love's group An Evening with the Beach Boys will be performing New Year's Eve at the Las Vegas Hilton.
I was devastated to find that my good friend Mike Love, and my new partners, conservator for Brian Wilson, executor for Carl Wilson, would vote to exclude me from participating in something I created. I devastated.
The issue is still not settled. Beach Boy Al Jardine with family and friends is allowed to tour with that name through their New Year's Eve concert on Long Island. A court hearing early next year is hoped to bring the disharmony among family and friends to rest. Dennis Michael, CNN Entertainment News, Hollywood.
The nice thing about this music, which is a little bit different for me, is that a lot of it is improvised. I don't do so much, but these guys, every night it's a different experience, and the music is so alive in that way.
Think I should stay in bed today. Maybe tomorrow go out and play. It's Saturday.
We've been playing these tunes live for a long time, so a lot of our fans that are truly our fans that follow us around the country and stuff, they'll know a lot of these tunes.
If it's pleasure you're
you feel like stepping out.
I knew that what I wanted to do with these songs was kind of push the envelope a little bit from the other recordings that I've made. And this song has a lot of energy and excitement to it.
Tomorrow, Denzel Washington portrays the life of boxer Reuben Hurricane Carter. And Disney brings back Fantasia for the millennium, and it's bigger and wider.
Millennium 2000, New Year's Eve on CNN.
Weeknights, a new primetime lineup on CNN. At 8, The World Today, television's signature one-hour newscast with Wolf Blitzer, Joey Chen, and Jim Murray. At 9, the undisputed king of talk, the Emmy Award-winning Larry King Live. And at 10, CNN Newsstand, now 5 nights a week with Stephen Frazier, Willow Bay, Judd Rose, Natalie Allen, Judy Woodruff, and Carol Lynn. A new primetime, weeknights only on CNN.
Excuse me, where's plywood?
Aisle 20.
Are you a prodigy? Prodigy Internet.
There has never been anything like The Sopranos on TV.
The greatest work of American popular culture of the last quarter century.
Groundbreaking.
Brilliant.
A phenomenon.
Engrossing.
First class.
4 stars.
Perfect. A masterpiece.
What's that, a threat?
No, Tony, it's a rave review. How are you feeling now?
Good, I'm fine. Back at work.
All right, take a look at this one for $64,000. Which of the following Great Lakes is the largest in area?
Thank you, Regis. With 4 days and counting until Y2K, another New Year's celebration has been canceled. Seattle's Mayor Paul Schell has canceled his city's planned New Year's Eve celebration. Though he says he's not aware of any actual threat to the Seattle Center site, quote, "We didn't want to take any chances with public safety," unquote. About 50,000 people had been expected to attend the gathering. On the East Coast, New York's Mayor Rudy Giuliani said the Times Square celebration is just too big an event to cancel and will go on as planned. Hey, remember Leonard Nimoy? We do. The erstwhile Spock is back, and he's giving a tour of the 20th century through the auspices of an innovative website. Dennis Michael takes a look online.
Hello, I'm Leonard Nimoy, and I'm your host on this journey through our 20th century.
Part of the Alternative Entertainment Network website, Our 20th Century, is a virtual look back at news and events from the turn of the century through the 70s. The on-demand stories are told through archival newsreel footage.
And it's Carl Laemmle's proudest moment to be informed that All Quiet on the Western Front has been acclaimed the greatest film of the year.
Virtual host Leonard Nimoy is no stranger to futuristic technology.
I think what we're discovering is that the internet cannot solely be a place to buy things or to sell things. That in order to sustain people's interest, there's got to be some kind of programming that makes them want to come here.
The importance of that follows the ever-growing numbers of internet users as we approach the next century. This is Showbiz Online.
There are absolutely no plans to cancel America's Millennium, a presidential bash on the Mall in Washington. And joining us from D.C. now is the man who is co-producing the televised special, the one and only Mr. Quincy Jones. Welcome, Quincy.
Thank you.
Now, before we get to all these star-studded stuff, we heard about Seattle and, of course, New York. What about security concerns for the event in Washington?
We feel that Washington will be one of the safest places in the United States. And it's interesting you mentioned Seattle. Seattle's my hometown. And we were up there a week after the incidents. We came up with President Mandela the following Wednesday, and he was, the front page that week was him conducting the Seattle Symphony.
Okay.
So
and now,
it's, now what I'm trying to say is, we can either approach it with fear or love. And this show is big and it's exciting, and everybody got together today. George Stevens, Steven Spielberg, John Williams, and Will Smith's in town, Stomp's in town, all the stars with Usher, and Kathleen Battle, Jesse Norman, Luther Vandross.
they are ready.
It's incredible. It's just, it's overwhelming. It's like the biggest party you've ever had in your life. And
Now,
there's a lot of spiritual moments, too.
Of course. Recently, I spoke to Garth Brooks. I asked him what he was doing on the Millennium, and he said, Quincy Jones called me, and you can't say no to Quincy.
Who said that?
Garth Brooks.
Oh, I did. And he gave me the nicest no I've ever had, but he had some other reasons why he couldn't come. And he's a beautiful man, and I'll see him next year.
What exactly is going to occur at midnight on the mall?
Well, we set it up, I think. We have a fuse on the reflection pond, thanks to the cooperation of all the people in the city and the Park Service. We have a fuse that is lit by 5 children, and it's illumination 30 feet high that goes down the reflection pond in 10 seconds. At that point, we're probably at 10 in our countdown, and the Washington Monument will literally look like a Roman candle with very, very expert handled pyros that in increments it's right along with the countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7, etc., will build up. We're not having a countdown, we're having a count up. And it's a pretty awesome experience. All the things we have planned that happen at the midnight hour. Steven Spielberg's film starts at about 25 minutes to 12. And after that, the president gives remarks, and we light this torch, passing it down to the next generation. And then we celebrate for 1 hour. We celebrate the new year.
Okay, Quincy, I'm getting our rundown now, our countdown, and unfortunately we are out of time for now, but we do thank you so much for stopping by, and good luck on Friday night. And we would also like to thank Vince Tonelli for stopping by today. And from all of us here at Showbiz Today, be well, be safe. We'll catch you next time.
Beginning in 3 days, 100 hours of non-stop around the
passengers and their drivers.
Hey. Is that your brother?
Want to change your body? Gold's Gym.
Leaving early again?
Yeah. Got to go meet the furnace repair guy.
Thought that was yesterday.
They never showed up, so here I go again.
Hey, call the Ream team.
Who?
The Ream team. They're heating service pros. Good work, fair prices, and arrive on time.
Let me have that number.
In Northeast Portland, Gresham, and outlying areas, call Perfect Climate Inc. at 503-695-3203.
We will impress you when you make that call to the Ream.